legal cases that ruined WWE stars' reputations big time. At first, we have Randy Orton. Randy Orton, the Viper, is one of WWE's most consistent performers, but his early career was marked by controversy. Before he became a 14-time world champion, Orton had a stint in the U.S. Marines that ended disastrously. He was court-martialed and dishonorably discharged for going AWOL and disobeying orders, a stain that could have derailed his wrestling aspirations entirely. Orton's rebellious streak didn't end there. Early in his WWE career, he faced allegations of misconduct backstage, with some calling his behavior arrogant and unprofessional. These controversies painted Orton as a bad boy in real life, which oddly enough aligned with his on-screen persona. Despite these setbacks, Orton managed to turn his life and career around, becoming one of WWE's most respected veterans. But his story serves as a reminder of how close he came to throwing it all away. Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso, a cornerstone of WWE's legendary Bloodline storyline, has had his own run-ins with the law. As one half of the Usos, Jimmy is celebrated for his in-ring skills, but outside the squared circle, he's been arrested multiple times for driving under the influence. One of the most talked about incidents occurred in 2021 when Jimmy was arrested for a DUI in Pensacola, Florida. This wasn't his first offense, it was his third in just a few years. Many fans and critics questioned WWE's handling of the situation, as Jimmy continued to receive a prominent push on television despite his legal troubles. While Jimmy remains a fan favorite, these arrests have sparked debates about accountability and second chances. Is WWE enabling its stars, or are they giving them the support they need to turn their lives around? Jeff Hardy, known as the charismatic Enigma, has thrilled fans for decades with his daredevil stunts and colorful personality, but his struggles with addiction have been a dark shadow over his career. Hardy's legal troubles began early, with arrests for drug possession and DUI charges becoming almost synonymous with his name. One of the most shocking incidents came in 2022, when Jeff was arrested for yet another DUI in Florida, his blood alcohol level reportedly over 3 times the legal limit. This time the consequences were severe. AEW, where Hardy had been making his latest comeback, suspended him indefinitely. Fans were heartbroken, wondering if Hardy could ever fully recover, not just in wrestling but in life. Despite his immense talent and charisma, Hardy's inability to overcome his personal demons has left his once promising career in limbo. What's next for Jeff? Only time will tell. Stone Cold. Steve Austin is the epitome of wrestling greatness, but even he isn't immune to controversy. In 2002, Austin was arrested on domestic abuse charges following an incident involving his then-wife, Deborah Marshall. Reports indicated that Marshall had visible injuries, and Austin was later sentenced to probation and community service. This incident shocked fans who idolized Austin for his rebellious, beer-drinking persona. While WWE downplayed the situation, it undoubtedly cast a shadow over Austin's personal life. Though his wrestling legacy remains untarnished for most, the incident highlights the complexities of separating the person from the performer. Austin's story is a cautionary tale that even the most beloved icons can have troubling chapters. Hulk Hogan is perhaps the most recognizable face in wrestling history, but his reputation took a major hit in 2009. His son, Nick Hogan, was involved in a devastating car crash that left his friend John Graziano with permanent brain damage. While Nick was driving, Hulk's public comments during the trial drew widespread criticism. In a leaked jailhouse conversation, Hogan appeared to blame the victim and spoke insensitively about the situation. Fans were outraged, and the media frenzy further tarnished the Hogan family name. Though Hogan wasn't directly responsible for the crash, his handling of the aftermath left many questioning his character. For someone who once stood for values like saying your prayers and eating your vitamins, this was a stark fall from grace. Chris Benoit's story is one of the darkest in wrestling history. In June 2007, Benoit shocked the world when he murdered his wife and son before taking his own life. The wrestling world was left reeling, trying to make sense of the tragedy. The fallout was immediate and severe. WWE erased Benoit from their history, removing his matches and tributes from programming. The incident also led to widespread scrutiny of wrestling's culture, including the physical and mental toll it takes on its performers. While Benoit was once celebrated as one of the best technical wrestlers of all time, his name is now synonymous with tragedy. It's a haunting reminder of how unchecked issues can spiral into devastating consequences. Tammy Sytch, famously known as Sunny, was once the original diva of WWE, captivating fans during the 1990s with her charisma and earning the title of the most downloaded woman on the internet. She paved the way for women in wrestling, becoming a Hall of Famer and a trailblazer in the industry. However, her life took a dark turn as her career waned. Sytch's repeated arrests for DUIs and probation violations became a troubling pattern, tarnishing her legacy. The most tragic incident occurred in 2022 when she caused a fatal car crash while driving under the influence. influence, resulting in the death of a 75-year-old man. This marked her 6th DUI charge, sparking outrage and deep sadness among fans and peers alike. Once a pioneer for women in wrestling, Sunny's story is now a stark reminder of how personal struggles can undo even the brightest careers. Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist turned WWE Hall of Famer, is a name synonymous with excellence in wrestling. But behind the gold medals and championship belts, Angle faced serious personal battles. Between 2007 and 2013, he was arrested multiple times for DUIs, drawing attention to his struggles with addiction. One of his most notable incidents came in 2011, when he was arrested in Virginia for reckless driving while intoxicated. Fans began to worry whether these personal issues would derail his career, as Angle's legal troubles tarnished his image as a disciplined athlete. Fortunately, Angle sought professional help and managed to overcome his challenges, later making a triumphant return to WWE. While his legacy remains intact, his story is a reminder of how even the strongest can falter when facing inner demons. Scott Hall, famously known as Razor Ramon, was one of the most charismatic performers in wrestling history, but his personal life was often in turmoil due to his long-standing battle with addiction. In 2012, Hall was arrested following a domestic disturbance involving his girlfriend, one of several legal issues throughout his life. Hall's struggles with substance abuse and the law overshadowed his legacy during his later years. His health deteriorated, and fans feared that the wrestling legend would never recover from his personal battles. Thankfully, with the help of Diamond Dallas Page, Hall turned his life around toward the end of his career, becoming an inspirational figure for others battling similar issues. While his story is ultimately bittersweet, his impact on wrestling remains undeniable. Before his legendary WWE career, Booker T faced a troubled past that almost cost him everything. As a young man, he was involved in an armed robbery of a fast food restaurant, which resulted in a 19-month prison sentence. The incident could have defined his life, but Booker had other plans. After serving his time, Booker worked hard to turn his life around, eventually becoming one of wrestling's most iconic superstars. His charisma and talent propelled him to 2 WWE Hall of Fame inductions and countless championships. Booker's story is a powerful reminder of redemption. From prison inmate to wrestling royalty, he proved that a single bad choice doesn't have to define your future if you're willing to work for change. Jake the Snake Roberts was a wrestling icon with unmatched charisma and storytelling ability, but his personal battles took a devastating toll on his life and career. Roberts faced numerous arrests over the years, mainly for drug possession and public intoxication, as he struggled with addiction during and after his wrestling days. At one point, Roberts' health and career seemed beyond saving, with fans witnessing his rapid decline. His fall from grace was painful to watch, as one of wrestling's brightest stars seemed destined for a tragic ending. However, with the intervention of Diamond Dallas Page, Roberts began a remarkable journey of recovery. Today, his story stands as one of hope and redemption, proving that even in the darkest times, it's never too late to make a change. These stories show us that even the biggest WWE stars aren't immune to the consequences of their actions. Whether it's personal struggles, legal battles, or tragic mistakes, their stories remind us that fame doesn't make you invincible. Which story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wrestling deep dives.